The Truth with Gwen Azama-Edwards, every Thursday at 6:15 on Goliath Radio. Gwen Azama-Edwards, retired city clerk, former city commissioner, City of Daytona Beach. The Truth with Gwen Azama-Edwards on Goliath Radio.
Stan, you've been sitting much too long, much too long. Welcome, 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 welcome to Truth, a radio program designed with you in mind, a program whose sole purpose is to empower you, our listeners, for information leads to knowledge, and knowledge is power. And as always, I want to empower you to take control of your life, those things that impact you, your family, and your community. As always, too, I want you to go to the website at www.gwen-truth.com so you can access all of the resource listings that will make you what? All powerful. You got it, you got it, you got it. Also want you to go there so you can take part in the query that we have, and we're probably getting close to the end of that. And it's asking you how you see our current politicians. Do you feel actually that they're less courteous and less everything than those from even a decade ago? So go there so you can chime in on the query. As has been stated, I'm Gwen Azama-Edwards, former city commissioner, retired city clerk, City of Daytona Beach, author, minister, St. John Missionary Baptist Church, Inc., and community volunteer. And one of the organizations that I volunteered for many years, I guess around 30, an organization which was originally tied to my employment, which was, of course, as the Employment Service Office Manager for Volusia County. And later I became the office manager of not just my current office, but also we expanded into Flagler County so that we had offices in DeLand and Daytona Beach and New Smyrna Beach, Flo Baker, thank you Flo, and also an office up in Burnell in Flagler County. And then I became, of course, regional manager of 9 counties, and all of which came close to Volusia County, but did not include Volusia County. Went to Brevard, went to Orange County, you know, the other little counties in Seminole County, other counties there, and then all the way up to Pope and, you know, the areas in that area. You know, what can I say? But that, and of course, got an opportunity to work with what was then workforce development boards and the like. So then came back, of course, to be city clerk of the City of Daytona Beach, and enjoyed that tremendously, as I have enjoyed so much of other stuff as well. But the Workforce Development Board has gone through several names, JEPA, you know, all that kind of stuff, and Private Industry Council to emphasize its emphasis with the private sector and the employer side of the coin, because it's about employers, it's about job seekers as well. And so we've gone the full gamut of that, and there is a new brand that we're going to talk about today with the new, she's not so new now, she wasn't really totally new then, because she was, of course, the assistant and deputy director of Private Industry Council, Workforce Development Board, Volusia, Flagler County, you know, on and on and on to where we are now. And I'm going to have her go ahead and announce that, even though you guys have seen some of the changes in terms of the new logos, etc., and some of the rollout of that, we're going to talk about that, because so many of you are saying you're still unemployed. And I know, having run for office, having talked to a lot of individuals, and especially Volusia County, that so many of you are underemployed as well. What does that mean? That means you have college degrees, you have a lot of experience, but you're kind of stuck in, I won't call them deadbeat jobs, but you're stuck in jobs that do not recognize and fully appreciate or take your education and training into the mix of deciding what job you're going into, what job you're in, or how much you will be paid. So as a result of that, there are opportunities, training opportunities and the like for you if that is where you find yourself. And you know, for you who are businesses and you want to get, you know, meet your needs, and you have certain needs in terms of your job seekers, this is the place to come. So let me welcome my friend of many years, and a lady who is she just gives so much back to the community, in addition to doing the great job that she does at her location. And again, I'll let her say what the new name of the operation is, and we will kind of take it from there. So welcome, Robin. You know, I never realized, but I guess I've seen it a lot. R is your middle initial, but Robin R. King. And again, she is President CEO of Robin
Career Source.
Okay, let's have you say that again, because I didn't have the mic working very well.
Okay, it's Career Source.
All right.
Flagler, Volusia.
Wonderful. Career Source. Now this new brand rolled out when, and what are some of the steps that are being taken to reignite the not only utilization of your operation, but also to acquaint the employers and the job seekers with what you're about, and the fact that, you know, to make this kind of a seamless transitioning into the new brand.
So it was back in 2012 that the legislature really did ask what was then Workforce Florida to come up with a statewide brand. And this has not been done successfully in any state. And so there was a lot of things that kind of worked up to it. Everyone had the opportunity to come to the table. This is what works, this is what doesn't work. That included job seekers, that included businesses, that included the regional boards, because there's 24 regional boards, and we all had our own individual names and our own individual brands. We were the best kept secret. You know, a job seeker crosses a county line and they go into another region, then they have to find somebody else. If you have a business that does the same, or if you have a business that works within more than one region, you know, here we were called the Center for Business Excellence. They go across the bridge over to Seminole, it was Workforce Central Florida over there, and then it's a different name of the board. So all 24 boards on February 10th became Career Source, insert geographic locator. So we are Career Source Flagler, Volusia. Down south of us, it's Career Source Brevard. In the Orlando area, it's Career Source Central Florida. You know, so it's not always just county names. For those of us who have either one county, two counties, it's easier just to do that. Some of them, they kept their regional name, whether that was Northeast or Central or that kind of thing.
And for those who don't know you or didn't know you as Workforce Development Board, they knew one-stop centers.
Yes.
Yes, which was also under that same umbrella.
You know, it wasn't until I was putting together a presentation to kind of show all the different names, and oh my gosh, I wonder if people are confused. Even, I mean, our email address was cve-fec.org. We had a website that was onestops.com. We had another website that was centerforbusinessexcellence.net. You know, so the branding standards really just align us. We're all a .com. We all have, you know, you can now Google Career Source and we all come up. And just then to help increase awareness, you had asked, I mean, we're about to do a large campaign. I'm not sure if it's up yet, billboards, buses, you know, we were able to get, there was some funds that came along with that directly from the state, that so it wouldn't take away from our local services to really kind of help promote that. You know, so I've seen magazines, I've heard radio ads, whatnot, that might even be done by Career Source Florida out of Tallahassee for the statewide, and people will compliment me on it. I'm like, thank you. You know, but it's become this network now of the 24 regional boards, along with the state. The best example, we actually had a day at the Capitol in February after the rollout. We were up there for the state board meetings, and we were just talking to senators and representatives, not with an ask, it was just to let them know who we were. And there was one representative we were talking to, she was from Tampa. The 5 of us that were in the room were not from Tampa. You know, I was from Volusia, Flagler counties, there was somebody from Pinellas, there was somebody, from Tallahassee, you know, so we were this network of, we all
all
in the
one.
business of the same thing,
Yes.
exactly. So, you know, it was a little bumpy, and we actually have, we're still working on collateral materials, you know, our brochures and our flyers and some things like that. Even our website, though we have a website up, it gave us an opportunity to really kind of cull through what we had on the website that got kind of convoluted when we put too much on there. And then we also combined 2 websites into one. So it's still going to be the central point where anyone can find anything out about us, but it's a lot cleaner looking. The colors pop. It's just, you know, I even get compliments just on the logo itself. You know,
Yes, it is. It's current. It's relevant. It's jazzy. What they call it, sexy type of thing. And it's interesting, you know, having served on the board from different types of representations as an elected official, as an employer, as someone who was tied regional office, whatever, all of that stuff. I just kept changing titles and still maintaining a presence there. But what is interesting to note is the fact that whether it was Workforce Development Board, Private Industry Council, this organization in Volusia, you know, and then took on Flagler County, but over the years, it has been very successful and effective in really reaching out, meeting the needs of job seekers and employers. And it was always amazing for those, especially private employers who served on the board, the fact that other employers didn't know and were not as aware of the services that are available for those who are in need of them. And there's